It looks like this.
The joke! Ah! The Jerks Emeritus strike again!
Let's see. Roll a D2. 1, it's upside down. 2, it's right side up.
Who's rolling?
You go for it.
No, this is your card.
Oh, this is my card?
Yeah.
1d2. 1.
It is right side up.
Okay.
The card that you pulled is chaotic good aligned.
Nice. That's pretty close to our party's aspirations, if not our reality.
It represents
We fall.
it represents a struggle or fight against a monster or challenge that can only be defeated through trickery. Or the value of humor in circumventing difficult things or
Oh
people.
my god, that's spot on, boys!
It represents the part of the professor that is good. If you find yourself in such a situation, until these boons go away or you use it, you can have a hero point in that situation.
Yes.
You have to convince me that it is a situation that a chaotic good card of intelligence would apply.
Preferably delivered with a solid one-liner.
There is a boyish feeling of mirth in how you used your intelligence to not necessarily do the evil things that you've been doing, but the joy that perhaps you may have experienced fleetingly when you were pursuing knowledge. You were a student at the university, and you were also romantically involved with your wife, with whom you are now currently estranged.
Don't remember those parts.
Right.
Beautiful. 1 hero point in a chaotic good situation, if I can be a bit jovial about it.
I'm going to put the joke card flies back into the deck.
Ooh.
The reading continues.
Zellara looks... There was a brief moment of a smile that crossed the edges of her lips when that card came up. But there's in recalling those sweet but few moments, Professor, you're kind of left with this feeling that it's been a long time since you felt that way.
Oh, I'd almost forgotten.
Like the flickering candle of hope several rooms away.
Still some left.
Professor withdraws a little bit to have a think. Zellara puts out the cards again. She looks up at whom? Who's next? Who steps forward?
I'll step forward.
Okay.
I like a good joke.
Alright, Pharisee flutters forward. Pick a card. Any card. What card is your fate?
You shall see the luck of the Fae in this draw. The luck of my Fae, at least.
Looks like that is the card of fate.
There it is.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh, what'd you get?
The sickness.
A mask?
Give me a 1d2 to see if it is upside down or not.
1.
It is upside down. The sickness is the neutral evil card of Constitution. It represents corruption, famine, plague, pestilence, and disease.
The neutral evil?
Yep.
Yeah.
It being upside down means that your alignment's kept neutral.
Yeah.
This seems to be kind of gross. While sickness could very well be a, if winter was the end, sickness could be the beginning of the end. And autumn could be the beginning of the end. There is some stretch for it to apply to Pharisee. For as long as you have this card, whenever you are affected by one of these things, you can choose to have it affect another person instead. It is a strange sort of boon. At the same time, you don't know if you want to be known as a carrier of plague.
All right. It actually fits in nicely. There are some curses, some hexes that are sort of along those lines.
Plague-based.
It will protect you from being sick at the expense of those around you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a good one for us.
The card also begins to bleed blood from its eyes.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. It's disconcerting.
I'll touch the blood.
Okay. There's blood on your hands now.
The blood bowl.
For a brief moment, you saw every one of your companions bleeding blood from their eyes and moaning in pain.
I'll take a piece of cloth. I surely have some piece of cloth somewhere.
Sure.
And wipe the blood off of my hand. Keep the bloody cloth.
Yeah, unfortunately, as the power of
Fades away.
It fades away,
Good.
Zellara is
Okay.
unable to weave illusions, although
Fair
it was
enough.
very
Yeah.
believable.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing everyone around you sick was not kind. Zellara is staring at you. Not quite accusation, but
I'll stare back at her with cold eyes.
yep,
She knows who I am.
yep.
She knows that she wants me as an instrument of her revenge.
Yep. There's no overt communication there, but there's just sort of a staring of wills.
Yeah, sparks.
Yep.
in between them.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The card slips back into the deck as if it could be drawn again.
All right.
Who will draw from the deck next?
Zephyros steps forward.
Awesome. I think we're going to need to roll, because you're not here. Let me check how many cards are in the deck. There are 54 individual cards that make up a harrow deck. So I need a D54 from you.
And then we'll just flip that many?
Yep.
Nice.
11.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is your card.
Here we go.
Roll a D2 to see if it's upright or upside down. It is
One.
upside down. It is called the Snake Bite.
Ooh, it's a book though.
It is a book.
Okay.
It is upside down. The Snake Bite is the chaotic evil card of intelligence. It represents poison, venom, assassination, and discord.
Ooh.
This card has 3 charges to it, and will allow you to negate poison, venom, and coup de grace attempts for as long as you hold the card.
Oh, shit.
Actually, it has 1 charge in it. For each additional charge that you want from this card, you have to poison someone, or assassinate, or coup de grace them.
So, like, you could store up charges by just poisoning the town's well?
So every time I poison or coup de grace somebody, I get a use of the card.
Yep.
Does it build up or add up?
Yeah, probably up to maximum of 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Start coup de grace more people.
We do that on occasion.
Yeah. Coup de grace, just some woodland critters.
Now, just randomly poisoning and murdering people is an evil act, so it seems to...
Field mice and bopping them on the head, is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
but it at least one time will protect you from that particular thing. There seems to be a warning here, though. The card looks like a wrapped rogue with a dagger dripping with poison. For a brief moment, you thought you recognized the person in the robes.
Were they short?
Hmm?
Were they short?
Unfortunately, it's not clear enough who it was.
They whisper, stab. Stab, stab.
It also feels really ominous that you would need to be protected from such things.
Yeah. Oh, this will come in handy. I often get
I'll
poisoned.
also add into there certain death attacks.
Ooh, my favorite?
What I mean by death attacks is there are arrows of death, and there are ways of doing coup de grace like attacks in melee.
Okay.
So I just add death effects and death attacks. So there are also death spells.
Oh yeah. Instant death spell.
There is a looming foreboding that this card will be needed.
Yeah. It's a gimme.
The Phant Albino does not like this card. You see his face scrunch up in anger when he sees it.
I can understand that.
So, do I get a sense that this was a bad pick situationally for me to make in front of the albino?
I don't think the albino is blaming you for your pick of the cards.
Okay.
He perhaps does not like the temptation that it provides.
Yeah, murder people for free charges. I can see why. Truth, justice, and law guy is not into that.
Do Tech and Ezri want to draw?
It's usually like,
No.
Mr. Gagatch.
what is it? Who is she? What's going on? Is what she says.
Shh, I must concentrate.
She shook her head no, but she's not very wise.
Tech accepted her call, right?
I will do what.
Yeah, he does have a Zellara's pack.
Yeah.
I will do as you command, my queen. He looks at Zellara.
Everyone has a fate. You should learn yours.
Yes. Who would like to draw for Tech?
You wanna go for it?
Sure.
You're the queen.
You grow 2 extra arms!
2 extra arms. What did he choose as the
His boon?
as his boon?
Let's take a look. You got them up? Oh, you got your last one note.
He took strength.
Which is what suit?
Clubs, maybe?
Hammer.
Hammer?
Probably hammer.
Okay.
What did he get?
Give me a D2.
We're down.
1d2. 2.
It is right side up. Alright, Tech has drawn the twin,
Ooh, the crown.
which is the neutral card
Filthy neutrals.
of charisma.
Oh, this will work with the yak!
The twin is the doppelganger. It represents the duality of purpose or identity, the indecision and fence sitting for the subject or the entire spread of cards. Tech is neutral, I believe, or chaotic neutral?
He can't be chaotic. Right?
He is
He's gotta be neutral.
neutral.
He's
filthy
neutral?
neutral.
Yeah.
Okay.
So beautiful and so neutral.
He's not very charismatic, but you got his alignment bang on, and that's kind of what's important here. Presence duality, identity or indecision, fence sitting in the subject or the entire spread.
Before he was a mercenary, that's very neutral. Bugs are sort of neutral.
The card suggests that at some point Tech... The card suggests that Tech currently is stuck playing the role of mercenary and subservient to the party.
Mm.
Yeah. That seems true.
Tech can use this card as per a hero point.
Mm-hmm.
If he does so in service to his self, a villain point gets spent on the party. And if he spends the hero point in service of the party, a villain point gets spent on him.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's an interesting.
This is a boon or a punishment for being kind of a toady.
Dirty neutral.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Do you have that in your notes? I'll put a consumable.
I assume Matt's typing up the notes.
I'll put
okay.
a
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
typing up
consumable
notes.
on his
Yep.
page.
Oh, I'm taking care of on text page.
Yeah.
I'm noting the active harrow at the top of the page.
Okay.
We can move it down.
No, that's
to
fine.
some other form, but yeah.
Cool. Ezri's like, do I have to? Yes. Says the albino. This one is fate strong. Call me fate strong?
We turned it out that way for you, just looked like more like you saw it.
I've almost got enough channel points up to send a highlighted message again, guys. You guys are excited for that?
Yes.
Can't wait.
I'll make sure to let you know so you guys can all look at it.
You making fun of the feature?
I love this feature. It's my favorite use of channel points.
Okay. The card that Ezri draws is called Kitty Cat. The Midwife.
Ooh.
It's upside down, however.
Yours was upside down too, right, Professor?
I think mine was right side up.
Ah.
Yeah, I drew it and then I put it back into the. Give me a second. Let's show you what the card looks like.
Legalize it.
Midwife? I don't want to be a midwife, she says. It's the midwife.
Whoa.
Our fate is not always ours to choose.
Maybe right side up.
But really, it is always ours.
It's the card of a woman holding up a smoking baby. The baby's upside down, the baby has horns, and there's a crying man, presumably the father, in the background, and then this is all upside down.
Now the baby's right side up.
Now the baby's right side up.
Nice.
Now the hand's on the other foot, as they say.
Yeah, sure. The midwife, normally, is the neutral good card of wisdom. It represents the enabler or conduit of new creation, information, or arrivals.
Okay.
The conduit of new information, of a new arrival.
Yeah.
Ezri came here from a far-off place that apparently doesn't exist,
Yeah.
or that is some fabled land called Heshmala, although she has spotted memory about it. The midwife also suggests that she's a healer of sorts, though Ezri does not seem to have much ability in doing so.
Just got enough of them damn healing potions in her bag, I
Yeah.
saw.
This seems to interest the albino greatly as he stares at the cards. And apparently there's communication between the albino and Zellara because Zellara nods. Wait, what? You're talking about me, aren't you? Says Ezri. Yes. This spirit is powerful. This spirit has the sight. While this spirit is restless, its purpose. I shall permit. Zellara gives him a look like, psh.
Bitch, please. I permit you.
They don't come to blows over the comment.
It is his house, after all.
You have a choice. Me? Zellara has shown me a path. Yeah, sure. You are a creature 1 foot in shadow, 1 foot in light. You are the daughter of an oracle. You know my father? Yes. We oracles commune from time to time. Tell them Heshmala is real! Heshmala is real.
I'll roll my eyes halfway and then stop rolling them and stare forward.
You know my father then? Something happened? Yes. I have not spoken with him in many moons. Something bad happened. Shadows. The necromancer. Yes.
Necromancer?
You've mentioned him before.
The necromancer. It's what my father and some of his other friends went to fight. When they didn't come back, we followed them.
One more powerful than one we've seen, for certain.
My companions and I killed the necromancer, though. No. You may have killed a necromancer, but not the necromancer.
Damn it, Gragas. Is the necromancer also the archfey?
No.
Are they at odds? I am asking too many questions. You may answer only if you truly wish.
How many questions did you ask?
Don't count it against my friend.
No. There is a path before her. One that we'll be trying, likely for both of us. She can remain here, and I shall teach her the ways of an oracle.
No.
I'm not a divine caster. No, but you have studied under your father. What was his father's name?
Ezek.
Ezek the Oracle.
How long will she have to stay here?
Good question. As long as it takes.
I'm sure she's a quick study.
Your future's your own, child cat.
But I worship Uriah Share, the woman in darkness. Yes. And so shadows shall be your guide. Oh, okay. My father was an oracle of Baishipe. Yes. So I don't have to worship Baishipe? No.
Quite the bore.
Yeah? You teach me to speak to shadows? Yes.
That's confusing.
We shall also try to clear your befuddled mind. Know that the enemy that you should be facing is that her and her companions, her kin, have faced. Know that all of the pearls are connected, and that the death of one is the death knell for others. Pitiful bandits and singular selfish beings are not the evil that you should be fighting, Zephyros. But those that would see the world turn into this. And for effect, the temple walls do shake, and there's a bit of sand that comes down from the ceiling, and a rock kind of off in the dark corner of the room kind of tumbles from the ceiling. A tomb.
Very dramatic.
But they do align with bad people, yes?
These are ones that do not care for goodness or evil. These are ones that simply wish to consume.
How will I know when I see them?
Death. They shall paint the canvas of the ether pearls with death.
Most interesting.
How do I fight them?
Lie. To live is to struggle. You all have your fangs and claws, and tricks and strengths.
Do I perhaps have a magical fire staff?
That would be a good first step.
Sounds like something fire staff be useful for.
Your master was wise, but he did not foresee. He knew that you would have struggles, and this staff will indeed help you. It is incomplete. I can complete it, but it would be a mundane staff for an evoker. Should you wish something more special, something more destructive, then I can send you to fetch the gem that would be suitable for such a device.
I think to save the pearls, it is well worth us looking for the gem. Don't you think so, Pharisee?
Well, that's
Yes.
not too far.
It isn't far. In the smoking butte across the valley, you shall find the lair of dragons.
Ooh.
Inside, you shall find crystallized draconic scales. An amber instead of honey ancient, it is the blood of an ancient dragon. Find one of these crystallized scales, and it will make a perfect gem to top this staff.
Sounds quite handy.
And quite dangerous.
Yes. While the ancient dragon who dwelt there, red of scale and blood and flame, is now dead, there are other dangers. Other annoyances.
How big a crystallized scale do you need?
He just kind of makes a motion, like
Back
he says something to affix the top of the staff. You'll You'll find the right one.
I think it'll be apparent.
He says the blood of the ancient world that died there. Its blood and scales were crystallized by the use of great, evocative and cold magic, capturing the heat of the creature. You'll know the crystal when you see it.
The dangers that we're gonna face on the way there. Do you know much about it?
The cadaverous Vark leave offerings of meat and things at the smoking cave. There is a master there who has taken up residence recently.
Meat.
We shall take their meat,
Thank you.
says Tech.
Unless it's poisoned meat. As long as it's good meat.
Are they fire resistant?
The cadaverous Vark? No.
The evil things?
You're presumably careful.
There is something there that might be draconic. Although I suspect that great trickery has been used to fool the Vark.
Vark are easy to fool. They just want junk.
These ones want flesh.
Junk flesh.
The cadaverous Vark are scavengers. They ride hyenas and vultures.
Just when Vark were nothing but chore already.
We didn't hear any call of the hyenas while we were outside, did we?
Nope.
Okay.
Of course, you blew up 6 of the dire hyenas several days before that when you were along the.
Yes, we did.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So you're not really afraid of the hyenas after a couple fireballs solved that problem.
Yeah. I think we understand how those guys work.
They cluster.
This is one. Zellara nods and starts to flicker and disappears into her cards. Her cards kind of collect themselves up and stick themselves back into their pouch, and the pouch latches and the strings close.
Beautiful.
Like, that is enough from Zellara for the day.
I'll have the unseen servant pick up the pack and I'll stow it back away.
Okay.
While I do that, I will take out the puzzle box cube and
All right. So Zephyros asked about the staff, and the albino is counting that as 1.
okay.
Then you broke out the cards, and he's willing to take Ezri under his wing and teach her to become an oracle.
That's pretty groovy.
Did he not want to pick a card?
What's that?
Did he not want to pick a card?
The albino did not want to play with the cards. He distinctly avoided touching them or going near them, although he was interested in the things that they were showing.
I'll take out the puzzle box I know is from ruins around here. Look at it, sort of look at the walls, have the unseen servant hold it, see if the albino notices.
Yeah, the albino notices his eyes narrow down, like he's straining to see it, or perhaps he doesn't like what he sees.
Oh, have you seen this artifact? Oh, no question, sorry. I've came across this peculiar artifact at a bazaar around here. Seems to be from one of these ruins.
He looks back to Zephyros and is kind of with a glance asking, "Is this one of your questions?"
No, it is not one of my questions.
Yeah, perhaps I'll find some use for it around here.
I'll say looking around.
Okay.
See if anything is obvious about it.
Nope. It's just the puzzle box with some sort of rock inside of it.
Yeah.
We will go and find the crystallized scale, and I will ponder the additional 2 questions I can ask along the way.
Wise. Prove that you are worthy of such a gift.
I had a good master.
He's insinuating go and get the scale, and that will be proof that you are worthy of such a gift.
The coven maintains a summoning circle of sorts at the center?
Yes, if you haven't taken a journey outdoors in a while,
Oh, you may be curious to know.
They may be of no consequence, or perhaps they would be a great threat.
Perhaps you have questions for us. We've been outside. I know you're...
I suspect the Oracle sees much.
Yeah.
Curiosity has killed many who are not ready for that level of truth.
Fair enough.
That should be avoided, unless this is something you wish to know.
they did invite us over for tea.
But, Professor, you were going to eat dinner.
Oh, dinner, tea...
No, you weren't going to be there for.
I do not expect to attend.
Yes.
Do not be fooled by the hags. They are tricky and evil.
Oh,
Most assuredly, yes. Not the meanest ones we've encountered, though.
With great strength, they can be dealt with if absolutely necessary.
Wise guidance.
Appeasement from a position of weakness will only invite ruin.
That is good to know.
We'll heed your advice.
Zephyros looks at Professor. And we will not make statements like, at your service to a hag again.
Yes. Yes, I understand. I'm probably cursed for the rest of my days because of it.
Oh, come now, Professor.
Help me, you
You
know.
don't seem cursed to me.
it is my burden for attempting to maintain some bit of civility in this mixed-up world.
Shall we go get this gem?
Ah, yes.
No.
No.
You will remain here.
Oh. Yes, you have training to do. I suppose
We'll go fetch the gem.
I gotta stay now? Yes.
Such is your fate, then.
Ding dong.
maybe you'll figure it out in an afternoon or so.
Do you think I'll figure it out in an afternoon? No.
That was not one of the questions.
Ezri has surprised us many times, but probably not by that much. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Good luck to you. She goes over and kind of pats, like, Zephyros's trunk, like the end of his trunk kind of thing.
I would give you some of mine, but all that I bring is bad.
You snort a bit, she's like, ew!
Blew my trunk.
Yeah, ew! She says, you got, yeah.
That is meant to be endearing.
Sure.
I see you haven't mastered the final points of
Social cohesion as I have, Zephyros.
Yes, Professor, but I do not carry a bag of catnip with me.
We don't like catnip.
I did not say you like it, I just said he carries it with him.
The albino kind of lifts up his legs almost like he could just float and goes back into the yogic flyer position, and then closes his eyes as we're standing there like, do next? The mists begin to subside, showing you the way out. Like there's a clear path to the doorway out.
I suppose we should get on with this then.
Yes, this is going to be interesting.
For a
I
brief,
suspect we're going to need all the firepower we can get.
for a brief moment, as you were leaving Zephyros, you thought you saw the glowing, fully formed but transparent image of your master watching you.
Blue ghost, Force ghost.
Zephyros nodded at it.
Ghost of Telemon near the doorway, presumably where his bones had left. He does nod back to you and smile with his great aged wrinkly face.
Use the fireball, Zephyros.
Next time you see him, he'll be young and
Poorly acting.
Okay.
I suppose we'll not let the door hit us on the way out. It seems like we've been.
Yeah, I think we've been told to go.
Okay.
You guys leave the Ossuary Vault. Oh, what treasures must be buried there with
I look a bit sad and dejected as I look from the puzzle box to like wall carvings as I walk past in a vain hope of it just making sense.
Okay. Have you done anything strange with the box? Have you shaken it at all, or dropped it, or?
In frustration, I'll give it a roll.
Okay. All right. Let me know. I just rolled a die. Let me know if you would like to replace any of your die rolls with that die tonight. Of course, you can't see the result of the die, so.
Sounds like a good use of getting rid of a nat 1.
As you've used some sort of ancient device of fate, without seeing the small device that is inside, you don't know how to really use it.
I'll have the unseen servant pick it up as I walk by it and
Yep.
I'll put it back in my pocket.
Yep.
Give a harumph.
I'll just cover that die with one of my business cards. And, all right.
So while we're headed over there, I get the sneaky suspicion that fire is not going to be much use to us in there.
I hear that.
Need something cold or something acidy or something poisonous.
All right, so you guys get to the edge of the entranceway to the Ossuary Vault, and you can see 3 of those the Yurthrak
Things, the big bird-like things flying around in the distance, they look like they're pecking at each other. Big, prehistoric bird creatures with
feathers along the fronts of their beaks. They're truly gargantuan.
They look like they're somewhat clumsy flyers, and they're kind of like latching on to this big pillar of stone and flapping around. They're kind of nipping at each other. You get the sense that there's some pecking order that they're trying to establish or keep.
They're pretty far away.
They're still pretty far away. If you went running through this valley, though, you might be losing cover.
Yeah.
The next bit of terrain that is ahead of you, there is a large butte kind of in the middle of a roughly circular
Plain. It is about halfway between you and the smoking butte. That's the smoking butte. That's the Ossuary Vault. You've got the Hag's Cave. Somewhere over here. This place is old and ancient enough to probably each of these mountains or cliffs are named.
Nice. I could certainly use the Book of Peshin Lin to learn a bit about this area.
Sure.
I would be happy to do that.
Can you guys take a quick break in the shadows, grabbing a few biscuits and hardtack, and filling up your canteens while from Pharisai's spells, and then Pharisee is taking a quick look through the magical book, which has changed to make reference to things in Vostera. What are you asking the book? This old yellowy farmer's almanac almost with beautiful illustrations and.
What's the history and the present of the smoking mesa?
Yeah, this is knowledge natures, right?
Yeah.
Knowledge natures and
The other thing that would be
geography.
interesting would be nature, geography, survival.
Okay.
The other interesting thing would be what's a safe path to the smoking mesa from the boneyard.
Got it. So which question first?
Let's ask what's a safe path first.
Okay, you look at this place, you're looking at the book, you're trying to make a decision of what might be safe.
Yeah.
I'll take out my empty
Take a look at the library
and
details.
study as well.
Which book?
My empty book that I'm going to use to cast Page Round Epiphany and read some history on this place.
Okay. I need a specific question
Yep.
or topic.
Yes. I think.
So while you're thinking of that, let's do Pharisee's question first.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Let me take a quick look at one other spell. Heightened awareness gives a +2 competence bonus on all knowledge checks that you're trained in. So I'm going to go ahead and cast another heightened awareness on myself. It lasts a while.
Okay.
Alright. So take the +2 from that, the +4 from the book. So I've got kind of a...
You're looking at the landmarks and you're trying to figure out what the safe way around would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll it. Yeah. I'm at +19.
This is knowledge nature.
Yeah. 38.
Okay, the herd of desert rothae seem to not be bothered by the Yurthax.
Ah, okay.
Perhaps because of their large number,
Yeah.
they feel safe.
Yeah.
You heard from the Vark that the Yurthax have really poor eyesight.
Yep.
Maybe they rely on other senses,
Sure.
which perhaps might be masked by the desert rothae.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either that or go along the edges and find cover along the edges to go around the Smoking Butte the long way around. That would also bring you across the Rothae path. Now, not getting the Rothae to stampede would be the
Yeah.
sudden motions, fire, things that hostile actions, loud noises, stuff that you're probably not doing anyways.
Yeah.
Staying downwind from the Rothae would probably also help with that. In fact,
Okay.
you kind of pick up.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
go
yeah.
along the side walls here, stay in cover, and then kind of go around the backside of the Rothae, and then maybe tootle. You're kind of like looking. You
Okay.
can find a path that leads you around the backside, probably up towards
Yeah.
the Smoking.
Sort of good reduced risk.
Yep.
Yeah.
It will. You are going around, kind of you would have to stealth. Probably when you got closer to the Rothae and you're adding some time.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to make it there before dark.
Okay.
if you jut right across, that would be the most dangerous path. You could reach the Smoking Butte by dark.
Alright, I'll relay all that information.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask all the books in this world if there are any secret entrances to this place. Any back ways in. Any way other than, I'm guessing, the cave mouth.
Okay, so your book begins to fill with all sorts of like tidbits of knowledge representing the knowledge of this world, or the libraries of this world. This is like not you get the sense that there isn't a proper library in Bostera, but there are like scraps of really old tablets mixed in with like journals and like. You even see some graffiti.
A lot of archaeologists died out here, dropped their notes.
It is not the height of civilization in the Bostera Badlands, but there is ancient knowledge that is mixed in, and give me a knowledge planes.
Knowledge planes. 25?
Yes. The Valley of the Titans is a crossroads of several pearls.
Ooh. Oh.
And it has something to do with the thing at the center of the circle that you're standing in, or on the edge of. And you now know the name of that butte. In the center, it's called the Gnomon.
How do you spell Gnomon?
Gnomon.
Nice.
With your 25, you know that the Gnomon is not a Titan word, it is an Olympian word.
Okay.
That made its way into the giantish language because of association between the Titans and the Olympians. This way is not well known, nor is it well traveled. And given that Bostera Station is a cardinal station, you don't think the ether rail goes to wherever these other pearls are.
Yeah.
Okay, your book. The knowledge fades from your book as you're trying to scribble notes, and it fades from the spell, and you're kind of left with that. Well, discovery, really.
Curious.
The wind shifts slightly as the light is passing its apex in the sky, and the Gnomon begins to cast shadows into the circle.
Isn't a gnomon is the shadow caster of a sundial, right?
Yep, and the professor makes that connection. Beautiful.
Oh, seems that this thing is a giant clock face, I'll say, turning and looking around the valley.
What time
Is it roughly? I can see the gnomons pointing to.
It is just past noon.
Yes, so that over there, the shadow. Where does the shadow point to at noon?
It points directly to the line of these several outcroppings.
All right.
And so up, well, I guess let me on